Hey, good morning. It's Coach Randy Bird, and it is Monday Morning Mojo. Listen, I am watching the show. Actually, it was a chick flick my wife was watching. I was kind of snoozing on the couch after the US Open, and I was listening to it, and I started picking up on it, caught in about the fourth episode, maybe, but it's called something like the C word or something to do with C. And it was basically a lady that got cancer. And she was like not telling anybody. She was just living her best life because she had a limited time to live. And it's really, actually, it's really fascinating, right? Think about that. Think about if we knew we had a limited time left on the planet and we wanted to get right with God. We wanted to get aligned with what we're going to be with our family when we leave and what this all looks like. And it got me really thinking about it. And actually, it's really a blessing if we can take time to think of it from that perspective. But in this, she's like doesn't let anybody know, so she's like doing whatever she wants. She's smoking in her house. She bought a new Mustang. And then she put it in a storage unit with a note on it saying happy birthday, like to her son when he was like 30. He's 18 now or something, like in the future, he's going to get this gift, but not now. But she's spending all her money. She goes to the bank, says, I want to take out all of my IRA retirement. He goes, you're going to have like 50% penalty. She goes, so what? So she takes it out and she's just going through, right? She's eating dinner and there's a lobster in the thing. And she goes, I want to save that lobster's life. And she buys the lobster. They wouldn't sell it. So she stole it and then, went to it's just these situations one after another, right? But she's living her best life. She's not really caring about what anybody thinks. It doesn't matter. She's leaving this planet. And it got me to thinking, I'm really purposeful about my life. I'm really purposeful, but everybody could be better, including me. But here's what I got from that. Like a week ago, I was driving down from Oregon to Arizona and bringing down one of my trucks and drove it down here. I stopped by my dad's, and it was very purposeful. And I said, "Hey, Dad, let's do a video. Let's just do a Zoom video so I can record it, give it to my grandkids, and we'll just talk about our life, and talk about things." And he's like, "Okay." So I mic'd us both up, put on the Zoom, and I'm writing a book called Half Hood, Half Holy, and I'm going through chapters. And I wanted my dad to give me some kind of input of some of those chapters and some of the things going on. And it ended up being a little over a 2 hour Zoom that was just beautiful, just incredible. Like times of joy, times of tears, asking about when my mom died when I was 7. I never really asked questions about that stuff. Here he's 85 and I'm 60. Crazy. But I'm just now getting some of those questions answered. Brought me emotionally to a point. And then I talked about some of the funnest things we've done together, some of his memories of me. And it's amazing. His memory is so much more vivid than mine at 85. And my dad is sharp as a tack. He's 80, he's 86. He turned 86 on May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Born in 1940. And so literally he's sharp. He remembers all these things. But we talked about some things we can't talk about now, right? We talked about how come we moved so abruptly out of LA when he was a cop? And I was like, it felt like we were in the witness protection program. And he goes, kinda. And he goes, I still can't talk about it, but he was a detective in Compton, and things are going on back then. But anyway, I'm going to give honor to that and keep it just at that. You could use your imagination, but we moved out of LA. It felt like in the middle of the night and moved to a little tiny place up in Calaveras and have been searching for friends and getting relocated 5 different schools and I don't have any friends I've been friends with since a little boy. Like my wife's got friends that she's been friends with since the second grade, like a couple of them. One's in Arizona here, Tanya, and she's got some others around that we stayed with, like in Huntington Beach and all this. They've been friends since they were literally 6 years old. And on the coastal town in Oregon, I don't have any of that. We just moved too much. I don't have any friends from LA. So from the time I was 16, younger, no friends. And it's just really, really enlightening as you get mature and older, the things that are important. But I wanted to leave this message with you this today. It sounds like that was Chinese trigonometry. Right? Anyway, here's the message. Do the things today that you will not regret tomorrow. Meaning that if you have broken relationships with moms or dads or brothers or sisters or siblings or cousins or anything, that's the only family you get. Patch and mend that. There's nothing worth, if you were leaving this planet in 30 days, you would feel differently than holding on to your grudges and your anger and your resentment. I'm not saying that you can be best friends with somebody that you feel like is not aligned with you, But family's family, right? That was the big takeaway I got from it. Family's family. My boys and I have had struggles and we've patched things up and they've worked for me, which is a challenge, really big challenge, because my personality is like, I'm a perfectionist and I want the best for my clients and both construction and real estate and things. And they didn't have the same mindset at the time. They get it later, but that's part of life. They get it later, but how long do you have? Like, if we had literally a month to live or a year to live, what would you do differently? Think about that today. Who would you connect with? Who would you be part of? Who would you apologize to? Who would you maybe remove from your life that you know that's not valuable of your last 30 days on the planet? What would you do to your health? Would you do something different? What if you had a terminal illness or cancer or something like that? And this show's about the cancer, and we're in episode 4 or 5, which is actually really, really intriguing. Um, but I love it. She's living her life, and she's like, you know, you've got to watch it. There's some good points in there, so I'm not going to get into like her waxing her hoochie and all this stuff that was in one of the episodes. I thought it was hilarious. But the bottom line is live life like it's your last day. And we talk about that, but man, grab that for a minute and put that into practice. And I just think that you'll have a beautiful, beautiful opportunity to have some contrast. One of my favorite sayings in my coaching is contrast brings clarity. Sometimes when we have the worst things in our life happen, we get to ground zero and we go, okay, this is contrast, right? It gives me clarity what I don't want, what I do want. And I've experienced that many times in my life with multiple suicides very close to me. And my little brother and my ex-wife of 23 years and one of my best friends, one of my business mentors, all these people took the shortcut and got out of life early because they felt hopeless. They didn't have a reason to live. Whatever the situation was, they left the planet and they're not here, right? The friends and people that care about them the most are here to pick up the pieces, and that's what happens. But it's interesting as I review and reflect on this, there's some great messages in there. I hope you see value in this. It's Randy Bird saying happy Monday morning mojo. It is June of 26 and we're getting ready to rock into July and I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. All right. Bye for now.